Okay, welcome to Three and a Half Asian Men. We're back with episode 7. Today we're gonna talk about pet peeves. Let's just get right into it. We got the boys here. Would you like to say something first, Tim? I'll go give it to you first.
What's good? Much love. That's it.
All right, Tarek, how about
Also,
you,
oh
man?
yeah, also, I gotta not be lazy.
That was it. Okay, Tarek. Tarek.
Hi, my name is Tarek, as you already know, aka Michael Horden. I'm excited to be here. Done talking about school, but now we're moving on. You know what I'm saying? So back to you, Mr. A Dub.
Okay, Tim, I'll give you your chance.
I was just gonna say I gotta stop being lazy and actually edit/upload and stuff like that.
Yes, we'll be
Nice.
back. Right.
Yeah,
Chan,
you're right.
just
Yeah, yeah. What's up? Yeah.
Wow,
Wow,
I'm so
So
tired of
enthusiastic.
moving.
wow.
so enthusiastic today.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I can't.
Chen, you look like
Yeah.
you better fall asleep.
Nah, I might.
She's playing Tetris. Yo, he's
No,
you playing
no.
Tetris again? You playing Minecraft?
Nah.
That doesn't. Okay, you know what? It won't take it away.
yeah. So we're gonna talk about pet peeves today, and this could be like from ranging from whatever you guys like had this certain pet peeve or whatever. But I guess like we want to talk about pet peeves today because like it's very anecdotal. There's a lot of stories that could come out of it. So yeah, I think it'll be a good time. Does anyone want to start us off? Jesus.
Is that your pet peeve?
When Tark does gay things, that's my pet peeve.
Wait, how is that a pet Chen? I know
Nah,
you
I'm
like
kidding.
it.
I'm kidding. That's a
Okay,
that's
good,
a joke.
good, good.
It's a joke.
Good.
Yeah, Chan likes being kissed goodnight, bro.
What? That's
And how I've offered you to smooch like with me a lot, and then you always deny me. I don't appreciate that. That's my pet peeve. I'll start you off. That's my pet peeve when Chan doesn't accept my smooches.
bro. It's still a no.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
All right, next person
Yeah.
who wants to talk about pet peeve.
It's not really a pet peeve, but I found it like. Yeah, I found it annoying. So yeah, it was a pet peeve. But like back in the day in middle school, when Tim used to sing in Korean, bro, it was god awful. And I was just like,
Why?
man, like,
Why though? That doesn't.
Wait, why didn't you say something? I would have stopped.
bro, like I remember vividly this one time, right? Like it was like we were in like the gym. We're
Oh, he
like
must
the
really
middle school
hate
gym.
it. He must really
Yo.
hate it.
And it was one of those days where like we didn't have gym class.
Wait, this
right?
is
So we're all
news
sitting
to
on
me. It's so funny.
Bro, we're like sitting on the bleachers, right? We're sitting on the bleachers, right? And you know, this is probably like 6th or 7th grade because Judden was still around.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Judden. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
So
to
Judden was still around, and so Tim and Judden were singing Big Bang's wait, what do you call that in English?
Sunset Glow.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, 붉은 노을?
Yeah,
That's
that
what's in
song.
Korean.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
it. I
But
understand.
man, like it was god awful. Like Justin sounded bad because he just sounded bad, right? Like, but his Korean was on point. But like, man, Tim sounded awful because he couldn't pronounce the damn word. It was so awful.
Also, that song is like a remix. So like,
Yeah, it is a
it's
Remix.
like,
It's a remix, and you're just like ruining the remix.
that song.
And
This
it's like
is
and it's a
news
song
to
that goes
me,
like
guys.
pretty high. It's a song that goes.
Yeah,
pretty
that
high.
song's really high. Yeah.
And like, man, Jordan
had
just
all-
could
had
not
falsetto.
reach the notes like 50% into the song.
Tim
And
had
Tim
no
could not
falsetto.
pronounce the words 100% of the song. Just so awful.
Chan, how's my Korean now?
Yo, it got better. It got better.
Thank you.
It got better. It's like
I hope it
understandable.
did from like 6th grade, bro.
감사합니다.
Yo, all that Korean school has to pay off somehow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Or
So
not.
Chan, that's a very interesting.
Wait, that is actually
specific-
very specific, very interesting, and
Yeah, it was,
It's
Wow.
really not like it since you said you vividly remember from 6th grade and you don't remember anything.
yeah, like I don't remember a lot of things, but one of the few things I remember from middle
Oh
school.
my god. That's so specific.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Whoa. Yeah. I don't to be completely honest, I don't think I had pet peeves in like middle school. But that's so interesting that like you know what I mean? Like I think like once you mature and grow, it's just a thing that you start to realize more than like when you're younger. Because you just go with the flow when you're younger, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I recently had the pet peeve of people like shaking their leg a lot, even though I do it. Like, like I shake my yeah. I started to stop, but the fact that like I see other people do it, it just makes me want to do it too. I guess that's like I guess that's like the root of my problem with it. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
So
Wow, interesting.
it's a reason.
Tim,
One thing I really dislike is having like damp or wet socks. So
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah,
in Michigan it rains a lot, right? And
Oh,
you know, you're just like, and you have to walk everywhere to classrooms and stuff, and your socks just get wet, and it's like it stays wet for like the entire day, like
Yeah.
after hitting the morning, and bro, oh my gosh, it's just a terrible feeling.
just don't wear socks then.
Worse. Ew. That's even worse.
Yeah, that makes it even worse, bro.
Yeah, I think that makes it.
Why'd you
So-
tell him that?
Wait, actually, like,
You should be like a sewer. Ew.
wait, Tarek,
No,
I feel you on that because like.
No, I was
Pittsburgh's-
kidding. Hey, do not feel me on that.
No, what the hell? No. Like, no. Let me explain myself. No, because like in Pittsburgh, right? Like in Pittsburgh, like it's always cloudy, raining, or like something, right? So there's always water underground. So I have the same issue. So one day I just gave up and I wore flip flops. Like 'cause this was like August. It was like well into like the beginning of the year. So like it's fine. And like, man, the poorest decision I've made in like for the rain possible. Wearing flip flops in the rain,
Why?
bro. It's not it.
Shit,
Because like
stank
'cause
feet outside, dude.
no, because like you would think that like your feet would get wet and then they would dry off really easily, right? But like, it just doesn't dry off that easily.
No,
Yeah.
I would not think that actually.
Bro, it's your bare feet, my guy. Like you know,
Oh, but like when you go to the pool, right? And then
bro,
get
when you
out
wash
and
your
put
hands,
on
right,
your
and you
flip-flops.
don't dry it with a blow dryer, do you expect them to dry? I expect them to dry because they dry, right? Same thing.
But if you're going like inside to, okay, so like you go into a classroom, right? It's air conditioned, so that's why it's not gonna dry because it's gonna stay damp. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
my hands dry like in class.
But it's not the okay. You know what?
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Just keep going.
Okay. I mean, for me, I guess pet peeves. I have a lot of like pet peeves in a specific topic. So
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I have a lot of basketball pet peeves. Not like just not playing, but like watching basketball. Like probably my biggest pet peeve for basketball is a center that turns the ball over OD and shoots a low percentage from the field, like DeMarcus Cousins, bro.
Or shoot threes, or shoot threes.
No. Shooting threes is okay, right? But like low percentage shots, like step back, like James Harden. Like
I feel like that's just saying I don't like bad players.
No, but like okay, so DeMarcus Cousins is a good player, right? But he has so many turnovers, and he shoots such a low percentage from the field, right? If you're a guard like Brandon Jennings who does the same thing, I don't know why. I just like let it be. I like Brandon Jennings.
Yeah,
But when I
because
watch-
because it's like you, bro. It's like a chucker, turnover
No,
machine.
but I don't. Okay, but first of all, for me to turn the ball over, I would have to pass it. So that's why I don't turn the ball over. I shoot the ball. So I just have low percentage. I don't have high turnovers. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
But that's a specific pet peeve I would have. You know what I'm saying?
That's a very odd pet peeve.
But you don't have those pet peeves like when you're watching basketball, like, oh, I hate when a player does this.
I mean,
know what I'm
sure.
No.
You don't?
Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like. If I'm so mad about it, I might as well just play with them and just, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not gonna get mad. I mean, like, I don't have no time for that. Like, I'm not gonna get mad over how someone plays, bro. Like, if you play that
but
way,
no, like no, in person, like I don't care. But I'm saying like watching it.
That's
No,
that's
like,
like me saying when we're playing 2K, I hate when people don't pass me the ball when I'm wide open at the 3-point line.
like, the thing is, like, unless he's on my team, I'll get annoyed, obviously, because I'm trying to win, like, no
Right.
matter what. But like, if I'm just watching, like, whatever, like.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, but personally, I don't think I get mad. I'm just like, that's just like,
I'll
not
just be
me.
like, what are you doing? That's it. Like, I don't like.
You know, you guys know I watch a lot of basketball, so I feel like over time it just like drills into my head. I'm just upset when I see a play like that or player like.
Okay, coach. Yo, Tarek, can you imagine Tarek as a coach?
He would be a terrible coach.
I personally cannot, like, at all.
I coach my intramural team. I've like trained players, but like I don't know. I guess I'm not cut out to be a
You're
coach.
coaching a team, like a team. Like,
Bro, yo, imagine
like a
Tarkin.
collective group. Like,
Yeah, imagine Tarkin's man. He just takes off his like suit coat and goes like, "I'm putting myself in. Pass me the ball."
Chan, but I see, like I've trained Chan, right? Like I've done a little bit of work with Chan, right? But like for a team, it's different. I feel like I would be more suited as an assistant, whereas I feel like Awong or Tim would probably be better head coach. So
yo, hey, Tim, talk to me, Coach B, bro.
Or Coach X. Coach X.
Tell me I'm wrong, because Coach B loves when people like go off on offense. Coach B just loves that. Like, sorry, that was so. I don't know. I just thought of that in my head. That's really funny. But yeah, you'll be good. Coach. You'll be offensive.
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
another one of my pet peeves is when the person who records your podcasts and has them in their inventory doesn't put them out like a day or two after they're supposed to be put out. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Also, when they go to Home Depot when we're supposed to be recording, or if they mow the lawn, that's a pet peeve. I don't know. It seems very specific, but that's what a pet peeve is, right?
You said it was in specific situations, a specific
Home
topics.
Depot.
Yeah. Never Lowe's, never Lowe's, just Home Depot.
Yeah, just Home
Anytime.
Depot.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
yeah, those is okay.
Yeah, I'm honestly like, okay, fine. I'll take the shots. Moving on. You know what? Actually, one big pet peeve of mine, which I kind of did to you guys when I said I was going to mow the lawn or go to Home Depot, is when people don't communicate early. I realize. I mean, I kind of did that to you
That's
because
really funny, bro. That's really
because I was
funny.
really because I was
That's so funny.
this past few days I've been really lazy, so that's why.
Really?
Yeah, but I really dislike it when people don't communicate early. Like when
You know
they
what also-
like sure, like last minute occurrences can happen, but like if they're occurring all the time, like I'm just like, come on, bro, you can just let me know earlier.
You know what? Another one of my pet peeves is a hypocrite. So like when they're saying that they don't like,
Dude, I already said I already self-deprecated myself, man. Oh my gosh.
I'm playing.
You know, another pet peeve of mine is this guy. He's
Oh,
kind of
God.
like dark skinned. He laughs like a buffoon. His name starts with T and ends with Marek.
Marek.
Yeah,
Wait,
rhymes with Marek.
Marek?
My bad. Rhymes with Marek.
Tamark?
Turmeric?
Yo,
He's
you said dark skin. And like, yo, I'm like getting light, dude. Yeah.
Yo, Chad, should we just leave this chat, bro? Just like let them talk it out.
I'm just saying, like, I'm starting to get light though. Like, I'm not tanning because I'm staying inside all day. So I'm looking light.
Because usually at the courts, right?
I'm always at the court, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Chan, I feel like you would have a lot of pet peeves because you've ranted to me about like specific people doing a certain thing a lot, and then now you're just forgetting the pet peeve. Like, you want to talk about like
Oh, wait, no, but wait, but
work
you can't.
ethics.
No, but you can't really like classify that as a pet peeve. It's just like an individual that like I'm annoyed with. Like you can't really consider that a pet
Are
peeve.
you annoyed with a lot of individuals?
No, it's like three individuals, right? Throughout
Okay,
like
wanna
in high
name
school. What?
Wanna-
Don't name drop. Please don't name drop. Please don't name drop.
Maybe.
Nah, like yeah, but like man, like wait. I'm trying to. I know it's three because like Tark and I went over the numbers, but I just don't remember who the other two are. I know one for sure.
Oh, is that the one we're talking about on the bus that one time?
yeah.
On the
It's
bus.
definitely not just on the bus. It's like multiple times.
I don't think you guys were there. You guys probably had sports or something like that. But Chan is
Yeah.
ranting about
What was the issue regarding the pet
yeah,
peeve?
Chan.
It was about like work ethic, right?
Work
Like
ethic.
how
It's really interesting.
like okay.
We have some interesting pet peeves coming out of people today.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me
Everyone
let me
just
talk
being a
about-
hypocrite out here, bro.
let me talk about this for a second, first, okay? Like, and then I'll explain like what my work ethic is, and then I'll explain. Okay, anyway, but like, man, like, like when you take credit for like work that you didn't do,
Oh, you
or
told me this
like
one. I remember.
or like you what's it, like you say that you're gonna do something but then you don't do it, right? Like that's like a big one.
Facts.
And then you say that you're capable of doing something but when you aren't, right? And I can see through that, right? Like that, like those are probably like my like top three. Like I have a couple more like regarding like work ethics, but man, like those
Keep
are
going,
top three
keep
that
going.
piss me off the most. Like
We want to hear top 10.
top 10. Oh my goodness. Number 4 would be.
He's ready. He's ready. He's got the list.
Bro,
He went
all just like
He went to the next one like this. Like,
bro, they're all in regards to like what you want, like what you say you can do. And then like number 4 is like it's especially like prevalent in like group projects, right? Like number 4 is like when you when you say that you're going to do something by a certain time and then you don't do it by then, right?
Oh yeah.
And like
Well, I'm guilty of
five
that
is,
a
like,
lot.
keep going.
number 5 and probably like the biggest one, and then the rest of the stuff are all like really small, but like number 5 thing that pisses me off is like when your excuse isn't legit and you're just not being honest, right? Like I'll much rather take like an excuse like, oh, I just didn't feel like doing it, than be like, yo, like I had to go like grocery shopping or something like that, you know what I mean?
I think I can
Yeah.
resonate with that. I just rather people be straight up like, "Oh, I don't want to do this.
exactly.
I don't want to do this." I was like, "Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I understand," and not make a BS excuse, you know?
Exactly. Like
Absolutely.
I'm willing to take like most, like, and when I say most, like it's a lot of reasons. Like I'm willing to take most reasons as like a reason, right? Like if you don't feel like doing it, I mean that's a reason. Like you feel like doing something or you don't, right? But when you make up like just BS excuses, I'm just like, damn, like that just sucks.
Yeah, I can comfortably say Chan actually abides by those rules. Like
Yeah.
when we were in high school, when we would work on something together, I would text him at like 12 on Saturday, like 12 p.m. I'm like, yo, you ready to do this project? And he wouldn't respond to me until like 9 p.m. that night. He was like, oh yeah, sorry, I was sleeping. See, at least he's like legit with me there. So because I know Chan's sleeping, but at least he didn't say like, oh sorry, my goldfish died. I had to have a funeral for it. Appreciate Chan being straight up there. So I could say that Chan is
Yeah.
very honest in regards to that.
And like when I say that I'm gonna do it by 3 p.m., like I do it by 3 p.m. Like, you know, like
Never promised that, so that's why. See, I don't. That's why I don't promise.
So like when I drop a promise, it's always kept. Like I just don't drop many promises, you know? Like
Promise me no promises.
low shot. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, like I'm like I'll be honest, like I'm definitely like on the lazier side of things. I like minimal work to get like maximum results. But my work ethic is like
Minimum work to get maximum results.
yeah, like I'm all about efficiency, right? Like
But that's not work ethic. That's just
efficiency. That's you being lazy. What?
no. That is efficient. No, that's efficient.
I'm telling you. The
Wait,
peak-
laziness comes from efficiency, or
Yeah.
efficiency comes from laziness.
yeah,
Wanting
peak-
that.
the peak epitome of laziness is high productivity.
Isn't peak
you
epitome and
really thought about it.
like redundant?
What?
Isn't peak epitome redundant?
Hey, yeah, but like it's emphasis, you know.
No, that's just okay. You know what? Whatever. Hey, Wong, you've been awfully quiet for someone that's been in an academy of people where you just like have to talk all the time, right? Like business academy. Isn't that just like a lot of human interaction? I feel like that would lead way to a lot of pet peeves.
I mean, Chen kind of covered it all. Like, I don't like when I like to get things like done kind of early, like not super early, but just like I like getting it done. You know what I mean? Like I just like you know on the agenda you like slashing things off. I really enjoy doing that, so I make sure I do that and like kind of early, in, like the process. Like I don't have a problem with people doing it later, but just like I guess what Chan was saying before, if you're gonna say you're gonna do something, just do it. Like, or yeah, just be straight up. Like oh I had this, or I just didn't feel like doing it. Like just at least be honest. Like a lot of times when I did group projects, it was just like like people were very hesitant towards what they were gonna say. Like I'm just like just say it. Just tell me if you didn't want to do it. Just,
Why not let it fly?
But
like no, like I'm like the person to like not be on top of people, but just like at the same time I had to make sure people were accountable, kept accountable.
Guiding them in a way.
yeah, I feel,
like a
but
little spark leader.
I feel like that's most people though. Like I feel like most people don't like it when people are dishonest. But I like,
Yeah, like-
but I think I especially like it when people are kind of like almost honest to a fault. like
Yeah.
where they're like overly honest, like, oh, I just like how it was said before, like, oh, like I just didn't feel like doing it. I was like, okay, I'd rather take that than a BS excuse, you know.
I think that's a much better answer than just saying like, yeah, what Tarek said before, like,
Like Goldfish time.
yeah,
I need a funeral.
yeah. No, it's
Oh,
pretty typical stuff. Like, nothing
yeah.
crazy.
Actually, okay, I'm gonna go ahead off of that point because I don't really care if someone doesn't do their work, right? Because if they don't do the work, I'm like, all right, I could probably do your work better if I did it anyway. So like, I don't really care about like not doing your work or not. But the thing that annoys me is when someone says they're gonna do something, doesn't do it, and blames it on me for not doing it. I'm like, dude, you just said.
Tarek, I blame you for not uploading the podcast.
Yes, like
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a double whammy. Like the person not doing it and then blaming you for not doing their work. It's like,
Yeah.
because I get annoyed with people like pretty easy, but I don't get mad at people unless it's something like that. So I have a story about that actually in high school, and so this is one of my fellow Rutgers BCA alum. And you already know what the story is, right?
I've heard it too many times. Just
I
keep
think
going.
I might know this one too.
Okay, so this is a guy named Sam Alaugun, and if you hear this story, Sam, I still hate you. Uh, every time I see Sam in person, because I don't like telling this story when he's not here, but I'll make the exception for the podcast, right? But you know, in college, I ran into him, and I would always be with another person that he didn't know. So as I'm introducing this person to him, I would always tell this story to give some context on why you should never be friends with Sam. So,
That's tough.
but okay, now I'm like friendly with Sam, but Sam knows I hold this against him. So this was sophomore year physics lab, right? So in physics, for those who don't know, for lab for the Science and Engineering Academy, it was a rotational thing. So every Wednesday we would have a lab, and it would rotate between physics, chemistry, and
Bio.
bio lab. So it was it's not really like a hard thing, and it counts toward your your physics grade or your chemistry grade or whatever, right? And that year, Chan was actually in my class for this. We had Leva. So Leva's super easy physics teacher, right? So if you roll out of bed, you get 100, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't concerned about my physics grade, right? So like I didn't really care how we did on the labs or whatever. But I'd give it a good shot while and at that time I still cared a little bit about, like setting a good example for myself. So I would try a little bit on those labs. So the lab group was done in okay, so each lab group was arranged alphabetically, so we couldn't choose our groups or whatever, right? So it was me, it was Emily Mayo, and it was Sam Alaugun. And Emily's like a pretty busy person, and she tries pretty hard, and she does her work pretty well, right? I think she goes to Yale now.
Mm-hmm. She's a hard worker, yeah.
Hard worker, right? So
Yeah.
and
Very.
me, I'll do the work like effectively. Maybe not to her extent, but I'll do it effectively.
To whose standard? To Tarek's standard.
So
Continue.
So we would do the lab, and every time in lab, Sam would up somehow. Oh, excuse me, would mess it up.
Dang, just more work for me, huh?
Well, this was come from the heart, bro. This is it's hard.
Sam would mess it up. So Emily and I would look at each other and be like, all right, he's not doing our lab report. So me and Emily would take turns or something, right? And eventually we got to this one point in the semester, and Emily did Model UN, and she was really involved with that. So she had to go to a conference, and she had to do something, and I had something with JSA, so I was really busy. And
I think I know this one.
Sam. So we turned to Sam and like, Sam, Emily and I are
I know this one. I know this story.
So I know
this
that
one.
you're doing really well in these labs, like 90s and 100s, right? So we're like, yeah, so I know we got a lot of stuff. If you don't want to do the lab, we can do it. So it's all good. Sam's like, nah. Yo, give me the lab, bro. Give me this lab. Yo, I'm gonna get 100 easy. Roll out of bed, get 100. I'm like, okay, Sam. You sound like you know what you're doing, right? So
You sound like you know what you're doing.
I'll give you the lab. I was like, yo, you have our numbers. If you wanna text us about whether or not you don't know what to do. And he cuts me off. He's like, nah. I got it, bro. Don't worry. I'm like, sure. So I let it slip my mind. So we give the lab in, when it was due. And so we go through the rotation. We get back to physics lab, right? And Golitsky, Dr. Golitsky, was our teacher, and he's this like old Russian guy, and he doesn't take BS, right? So he like walked up to our group while he's handing out the papers, and he gives us a paper. He's like, you guys usually do very well on this lab, but you guys didn't do so well. So try harder next time. So I look at it, 70, right? I'm like, Sam, bro, how'd you get a 70 on this lab? He's like, bro, it was so hard. Like, you shouldn't have let me do it by myself. Like I couldn't text you guys. I was like, get the hell out of here. So then I was like, all right, whatever. So a couple months passed. Emily and I continued to do the labs because we don't want to like give him the lab again, right? God forbid, right?
God forbid.
Again, it's like in the springtime now, and again, Emily and I are really busy. We turn to each other and we're like, all right, looks like we're gonna have to give it to Sam. So we go, Sam, you know what happened last time? I know you got a 70 on the last lab. It's okay. Like, I know I've been making fun of you about the 70, but here's your chance to redeem yourself.
I've been making fun of you about this. Dang.
That's cool.
All those months of getting destroyed by Tariq.
So exactly, right? So then I was like, I know, like, go do that, the Mamba mentality, right? And like, prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, okay, I got it. Give me the lab this time. We give him the lab. Get the lab back. 70, bro. And I was like, how'd you manage to get the same score on this lab? And he was like, I don't know. Like, you guys made me do the lab. I was like, get out of here, bro. So then this is the last lab of the year. And I have an A. Emily has an A. I think Sam had an A too, right? In physics. But I was like, and Sam always like hated me for making fun of him for 70, right? So I was like, all right, Sam, this is your last chance. Literally your last chance ever to prove me wrong. Emily and I made him, because Emily would make fun of him too for the 70. So we were like, Sam, I promise you, I swear on my principles and me as a man that if you get an 80 or above on this lab, I will not make fun of you anymore for 70. And he's like, okay, like, give me the lab. Get the blag back. 60, bro.
Oh, no. Just when you think it couldn't get worse.
Yo, hold on a second.
While he looks for that, right? Like, just to give like a little bit more context.
Oh, there's more.
Like the first lab that he got a 70 on, like Targ was ranting to me that time, right? But on that lab, all you had to do was just summarize like the Excel generated data that we had. Like, you literally had to answer 4 questions.
Yeah, so that's my.
It was real bad. Yeah,
that's my pet peeve and then Sam to this day, like, he just takes it because he knows that I gave him that chance to redeem himself, and he never did. So see, like, I wouldn't have cared if he just got the 70, right? Like, if it was for chemistry, I would have been mad maybe because I wasn't doing so hot in chem. But in physics, it was easy, so it didn't really affect my grade. But the fact that he was just like, nah, I didn't make me do the lab by myself. I'm like, get out of here, dude. I don't want to see you. So, and then unfortunately, it's next 4 with Sam. So,
unfortunately, it's next 4. Well, 2 years left hanging there, man.
Yeah, next 2.
Well, I actually have a similar story about physics lab, but from freshman year instead.
Okay.
There was this.
It's not Sam, right? It's not Sam, bro. It's not Sam, right?
Oh, my bad.
I mean, you can still talk about it, Ken. You can talk about it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
It's just it's just real quick. Like, it was like So my freshman year, I hated doing chem lab and like some other lab that we had that like nobody cared about, right? So my one friend would always carry. I think it was Alan's song. Alan's song would always carry on the chem labs, and I would always carry on.
Always the reliable hard carry, Aaron's song.
Yeah,
very Alan's song.
Alan's song. Yeah, he goes to my school. Yeah. But this one time on the physics lab, it was the bowling lab that everybody failed. Ben Shapiro decides to do the lab report for physics. Or was it Alan? I forget, but I'm pretty sure it was Ben. Like, Alan wouldn't have messed up that bad. Like, so instead of me writing the physics report, Ben decides to write the physics report for some odd reason. And he does it. And like, I remember distinctly this one question. It's like, is the graph exponential or not? And he wrote exponential when the answer was supposed to be like linear. And we got like a 65 on that lab. Yeah, that was highly unfortunate.
So what is your pet peeve?
The point of that story is there are like it's one thing for people to be like, yo, I can do it, and then do it, and then fail, right? But like for Ben, it was like he's like, I must do like there was no reason for him to do it. But he wanted to do it, and he
It's
still
my
messed up
destiny.
nonetheless.
Came to me in a dream that I'm.
This is my destiny.
That's literally what he made it sound like. Like Tarek, at least for you and like Emily, like you guys were busy, so like you guys couldn't do it anymore, right? Like I was just like, yo, Ben, I got this. I've always been doing this. It's fine. Like yeah, it's fine. Like you know, you just run the lab.
This is my destiny. I must do this question.
That's basically what it was like. Yeah, so that's a pet peeve. When you want to do the work and you just
and you can't do it.
Yeah, and you can't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, like for me in a lot of group work, I just like wouldn't do it. I would like tell my group, I'm like, yo, I'm not doing anything for this.
Yo,
for bio, I would just be like, yo, you guys got this, and they're like, okay, and they would just take it. I wouldn't do anything. So I was probably the worst person to have. Tim and I had lab, and I feel like Tim did a lot of our work, but but like I would like, Tim's like, be honest. So I would just be honest to my group. I'm like, yo, so you got this, right? And they're like, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I just wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Melo playing on Friday. I can't do this lab. I gotta watch the Knicks. Like, you got this. And they're like, oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. Like Tarek said, I feel like I could do a better job anyways by myself. So
that's okay. I mean, like, that's fine.
It's for the group. It's the betterment of the group.
Yes, it's for the better of the group.
Yeah.
It's also a betterment for me too. So I'll let you get it. I'll let you take it.
yeah.
What do you think? I'll pass you the ball.
Yeah.
I totally passed the ball.
Yo, pass the ball. I just.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But Ewan, you don't have any like specific pet peeves
I feel
in
like
business?
I feel like I don't have like, or sorry to take your spotlight, but I feel like that we don't have like, there's no like traditional like pet peeves that I personally have. I don't know about you guys.
Okay.
I did say to you guys earlier, like I don't like it when people are rude to like retail people or like people like your waiters.
Waiter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also I just seen so many cases of like people like telling the like salesperson at like, for example, like Hollister, like where's this like the person can't help you, like they're just there to help you get your size, tell you that you look good in a certain outfit, and that's it. Like check you out.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like they cannot like, and same with waiters, like they can't fix the food. Like all they do is serve it to you. Like you can't get mad at those people. It's like I just get super annoyed by that.
Are there
Like they don't have to serve you.
has
When
there?
I worked in,
I was
sorry,
I was gonna ask Alex if there was any like time you went out with like a group of friends and like someone was being rude to a waiter or whatever.
if you would like to call them out.
Yeah, feel free to name them.
No. It's just like it's just like these middle-aged women who just like
These
all
Karens.
the Karens are just
yeah, these Karens.
all the
like, dude, they can't do anything. Like, just leave the 20-year-old alone. Like, dude, like,
Yo, man, just trying to get a check, dude.
Yeah, seriously, like.
Yo, when I worked at Boy Scouts. So okay, for those who don't know, I worked at the Boy Scout camp close to us. But I was never a Boy Scout. I don't know why people would assume that. Like they would bring their kids and like, yo, look at the Eagle Scout doing the register. I'm like, yo, I never done.
Yo, wait, hold on. Before you go on, I tried visiting Tarek at work once before. Dude, I got so lost. Like I was like driving. It was just dirt road. I'm like, where am I going, bro? I texted and called Tarek, and Tarek's like, it's here. I'm just like, what? And I thought I was there, dude. Oh my gosh, what an adventure that day was.
Big woods, but and it was killing your tires, right? The road was killing your tires.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, but see, the thing is, like, I usually have pretty good experiences because it's parents with their kids, and it's usually like a chaperone with a lot of kids, right? There is this one mom. I remember this was the first year I was working there. She was complaining about getting taxed on like an item, right? For like clothing item, and I had to explain to her. I'm like, bruh, you get taxed for this. You're supposed to get taxed for this item, not this item. You got taxed for this item. And she's like, yo, I don't understand. I'm like, bruh, and I was gonna get off work in 10 minutes. So I literally sat there just like,
oh, that sucks.
texted while she was talking. I wasn't listening, right? So I just texted my boss. I was like, "Yo, come down here right now." And she's like, "All right, I got you." And she came down, and like as she was coming down, like we did like a swap. So she ended up talking to my boss instead of me. So like when people to like me, like as retail, I was like, dude, I couldn't handle that. But most of the people were nice.
Let me see your manager. Let me talk
like,
to your manager.
Dude, when people say they want to talk to the manager, I'm like, thank you. I can go back to
actually.
work. That's what I don't think people understand that. Like, if you haven't worked in retail, I don't know like about big retail, but it was usually me, and my manager in the store, and the person that would like run around property. So like when you want to talk to my manager, that means less work for me, so I could just sit and chill. So I was like, all right, good with me. I get paid the amount, and it's not like I got commission or anything, right? So it's like I don't care if I sell you a candy bar or the entire store. I get paid the same.
Still getting.
You just want that water? That's fine with me. I'm not selling you those pants if you don't want them. That's cool.
It's cool.
Dude, how did you find this job?
Indeed.com.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Indeed.
Yeah,
No,
so
like-
people be nice to people retail in the service industry.
Oh yeah.
Dang, dude, like seriously, people need to like hold on to their shit, like dude, just like
Hold on to their.
yeah, just hold on and just be nice, like don't be a jerk, like that's literally my mantra. Just don't be a jerk.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, sometimes like for
Take
pet
you
peeves,
far.
like for specific pet peeves for work. This wasn't even people being rude to me, right? Like some kids would like walk in with like a Boston Celtics jersey into the shop.
Oh my
I'd be
God.
like, drop the jersey, and then you can come back out. I'll bring up your stuff. I literally wouldn't. I told them like I would not like give you your thing if you were wearing Celtics jersey.
Okay,
So
we
I
get
would-
it. You're a Knicks fan. Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
this is when the customer service is rude.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Oh, but I did this. There's one guy who came in with a Nas shirt, like a Nas tour shirt. I was like, yo, this is my guy. So I gave him an extra M&Ms just for free. I was like, I got you, fam. Good taste in music.
you can taste the music. I'm sorry, what?
I gave him free M&Ms. He got one. I was
I
like, yo,
guess
take
it doesn't
one of them.
matter because he's getting paid like 10 an hour.
Yo, Tarek, let me pull through and you give me some free stuff out here, bro.
No, not you. You have to come in with the mellow, like 6 mellow.
Oh, bro, I'll come with decked out in the full mellow like costume.
You got to get the headband, the 2 arm sleeves, the padding underneath, the leg sleeves, the high socks.
The Under Armour short sleeve with the double sleeves. Yeah.
And you gotta have the jersey. Preferably the away jersey.
Lesson of the stories here are just be nice to people. Just like don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Shane, I feel like you have other pet peeves because I feel like out of the 4 of us, you complain the most about people.
Maybe Chan just doesn't like people.
Like I'll be honest with you, it's not like pet peeves, it's just I get like the person is my pet peeve.
The person is my
Like
I feel the same way about Tarek. Proceed.
like I think
Yes.
pet peeves when it came to like actions, like a lot of them like faded away because I'm actually like the opposite. Like in the beginning you were like when you mature, like you realize a lot more things and then like that you get annoyed with. Like for me, like as I am growing older, like I just don't really like care as much because I know that like I can do what I have to do and you can just like do your thing kind of like mentality. I guess.
Here was me thinking Chan was gonna be like, oh, I've become more forgiving. No, I don't care.
I mean, like you wanna click your pen during a presentation. I'm gonna be my guest, my guy. Like
Yo, wait.
but
Chan,
there are.
I have a pet peeve with you.
What's up?
Chan, we had this Chan paradox back in the day where Chan used to tell me like, yo, I hate sleeping, but this guy was always tired. So that it just didn't make sense to me. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I actually remember.
Oh
that.
yeah.
Or just don't complain about being tired, man.
No,
that's
Oh, we're doing this now. Like we're.
I was gonna segue into New York, like when you're in the city or like going to the city, like pet peeves for people on the subway or on the bus. dude, like that. I have pet
Yeah.
peeves.
In high school, when people walk slowly in the
Yo.
halls.
Dude, in New York, when people walk slowly in the
that's
halls.
funny.
Yo, when people cough without like covering their mouth. Dude, my parents come like home, like because my parents work in the city. They come home every day and they come home like they tell me like a different pet peeve with some fools on the bus, right? Like either like talking too loud or like playing like inappropriate videos on the bus or like like snoring too loud or something.
Bro,
I
that
feel
would
like
be me, bro. I'd pass out on the bus.
or on the subway.
I-
Subway is the worst, bro. When like when they person gets into the car before everybody leaves, just like stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just like
I feel
lack
like-
of manners, you know?
Something that really like annoyed me, like beyond just like, oh, you're just like bad mannered, is like, the people who like skip over the bar so that they don't have to like pay for like the subway fare.
Oh yeah,
Jump the turnstile. Jump the turnstile.
Yeah.
How
yeah,
I Met
but,
Your Mother.
But, like that's one thing, right? Like you like you're just not paying. Like maybe you have a situation or something like that, and you just had to do it. Like fine, but if you can't make it over in one jump, that pisses me off so much.
It's so
That's so
specific.
specific.
It is so specific.
It's because
Basically, Chan, sorry. You
if
can
you're gonna
break
do it, like,
basically what you said. You can break the rules, but just do it better. Just be better. That's
No, like,
Just make it look good.
just be better. That's Chan right there.
like you
That's
know,
true. I'd be
obviously,
embarrassed for
like,
them.
Yeah, like obviously, just like if it was like if he made it over in like 2 tries, like I'll just be embarrassed for him and just be like whatever. But he failed 3 times. Like,
Oh, so this is a guy.
yeah, it was a guy. Like
So you want to
he-
bring him in
he-
to be a guest on the podcast?
yo, nah, like he failed to jump 3 times.
Interrogate that man.
It's not like he even made it on his 3rd try. Like he took 3 fails and then jumped over the 4th time.
Oh, I thought he like failed 3 times and set up the Metro card or something.
Bro, if he
That'd
did
be
that-
funnier. That'd be so much funnier. Like, I just
Screw it. I'll just Metro card.
take my 275.
But Chan, I do feel that like when somebody jumps it, I've only seen it like once in person. But when it was during senior experience, so it was like when after school. So some kid would jump over the turnstile, I'd be like, okay, I see you, fam. Like you sick, right? But then if I saw some guy try 3 times and then he didn't make it, I'd feel
Just quit. Just quit.
And,
Go
like,
back home. Go home.
like,
Just go home.
it's one thing if it's like, and it was like pretty like, it wasn't like exactly rush hour, but there were like people waiting behind him. So like, yeah, I don't know about that one.
joking.
He was crumbling under the pressure, bro.
Pet
like-
peeve. I don't even know what to call that.
Yeah,
That's not-
like,
That's literally the most specific pet peeve, bro.
yeah. Like you could have just waited. You could have just looked at all the other people coming out the exit door. Like because a lot of people just go through like the emergency exit door because they don't want to wait. Like you could have just slipped right by. Nobody would have minded. Said anything, but no, you just had to fail 4 times.
Okay,
Oh my
so right now I'm online doing some research on common pet peeves. Line cutters, people cutting
Yo,
line.
when I was at Home Depot the other day, someone cut the line.
Who likes that?
Bro, when I was at Home Depot the other day, wait, yo, when I was hold on. When I was at Home Depot the other day, dude, I was just waiting. My cart, like, we were getting a new grill, right? It was like huge, like. So I was like slowly pushing the cart. My dad wasn't here, like he was going to grab something real quick, and I was just waiting online because it's long, right? This like couple like walks by, right? Like, cause like it was the line started in like aisle 13, right? This couple starts walking, like starting to like, I'm assuming they're gonna go to the end of the line, right? And this lady, right? She just like one person in front of me had to leave, but this lady, she like just like walked up and then turned around and took the place. And it wasn't like they weren't in like the same party or anything. It was just like some random person cutting the line. And
Did
I was
you
just
say anything?
no, I was just like waiting there, and like the guy was like, wait, the back of the line is over there, and like she didn't even answer him, and I was just like, wow, these people,
Yo,
man.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because I'm not trying to make a scene because like this current situation, and like I'm not one to make a scene in general, but I was just like, come on, man, come on.
You know when something like that happened during Hurricane Sandy, when we were, like my parents, I think it was me, my my dad and my neighbor, we went to go get gas at like a Lukoil or some gas station a couple of towns over.
Sure.
The line, you remember that how long those lines were to get gas?
Yeah.
We were in that line for 3 hours, and then when we're in the last section to get gas, somebody cut behind us and cut all those people in that long ass line, dude. And I was like, and now hearing that story is like, do people only cut the line in dire situations for everybody? Like nobody cuts the line on like a regular Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? But when everybody's in COVID, yeah, everyone's in quarantine. I gotta cut this line, dude. But no one has power. Yo, this line looks like it's gotta get cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, talk about that. Like when you're in a traffic jam, and then they go on like the right
Oh,
side
here's
of the road
Chan.
that's supposed to be
Here's
empty.
Chan. Here we go.
Like Chen doesn't even drive. Chen doesn't
Yeah,
even
like, I don't
drive.
drive. Like, I don't drive, but it pisses me off so much because like it's just such an inconvenience. Like especially when you're cutting the line with like cars, right? Like you get into like a little like accident. Like it doesn't have to be a big one. Like if I just crash into somebody's bumper, like if you crash into somebody's bumper, that's just gonna delay the traffic even more. So it's like why are you doing this? And it's like
I haven't seen that happen. When people just cut it, just like, all right, you're a
really
jackass.
like you've never been in a traffic jam, and then like somebody like tries to go on like the shoulder of the road and then just like speed by and try to cut the entire traffic jam. No,
I've seen that before.
No accident. That's what I'm saying.
what's up? Oh, like get into an accident? Yeah, but like
Yeah, I don't see like people like bumping or anything like that. But I do see like on the shoulder. That happens all the time. Dude.
I'm just so angry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So something else for on this common pet peeve is when people stand on the left side of an escalator. You know, because you're like the left side's for walking up and the right side's for standing, right?
Oh, you know what? That actually makes me a little annoyed. Yeah, because actually, yeah, that one actually that's a real one though.
Yes.
No, I'm being dead serious because you don't know where people are like, you know what I mean? Like people might have like serious like certain situation go like like what if I need to go to work like as fast as the person behind me? I'm trying to let that guy go. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. I overthink a lot too, so I just think a lot about this.
Actually, like being honest, I've actually never like thought about it. I just stand on whichever side, like the more like, there are more people.
Oh my god, you're one of those people.
No,
you're literally one of those people.
No. Like I don't remember whether I stand on the left or the right side. But if everybody's standing on the right side, like I stand on the right side, like so that like if somebody has to run, they get to run.
So you're a sheep. You follow. You don't lead. You don't set the example.
I'm going up an escalator. Yeah.
A malleable mind, easy for the taking. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Sure.
Right, if you don't go with the pack, you're the a-hole. Like,
yeah, that's why I just
Pretty much.
go with the pack. Yeah. But I've actually never thought about it. Yeah.
I see slow cashiers on this list, and I feel like at times I was a slow cashier, so I'm not gonna make a remark.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. People who don't see age or race. Huh. It's interesting.
That's a pet peeve.
What? People who don't.
The people who like. Okay, so I guess I think I understand what they're trying to say there is because I think some people like pretend that they're like they live in a post-racial society or something like that. You know what I mean? That they don't see like you guys are Asian or like I'm mixed or something like that. Like, oh, everybody's the same, which is not necessarily the truth in reality. But I don't know if
It's not true. Yeah.
It's not true.
I don't know. No, but like, okay, DNA wise, like we're all people, right? Like, there's no real discernible difference in race. But like, I don't know if pet peeve is the right way to like phrase an annoyance with that kind of person. You know, I'm just like you're ignorant, but that doesn't like make me think like, damn, person's on my nerves for thinking that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like when I told you guys just now, you guys were just like, "What? Like what did you say?" So
Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems like we got a lot of our pet peeves out there.
I feel like more than pet peeves, it's just like annoyances and other stuff.
I don't know. Like personally, I don't think I ever got mad. Have you guys like I'm being dead serious when I say I think I've always been annoyed, but I've never been like. Actually, there's one time I was truly upset, but like I've never been like actually mad. If that makes any sense. Like, I just been annoyed at a lot. Like
I mean, it's like saying you don't let it like ruin your day or anything.
yeah. I don't know. So it seems like So
I
it
got
seems like
angry that one time.
Wait, is that when you punch a hole in the wall?
Wait, no, that's a different story. That's a different.
oh my god.
Wait, that had nothing to do with like people annoying.
Wait,
That was truly an accident when I punched.
You punch
That was an accident.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
so the person's face was next to the wall, and then he just missed.
No, it had nothing to do with
The
the people.
wall.
It was anyway. But yeah, like I did truly get it. Like it's like the one that like Tark and I know about, like that one person from like high school that I was talking about, like work ethic.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got pissed. I was very pissed that one day.
Did you almost go Super Chan?
It was pretty close. Yeah, I was out there.
Yeah, I've been mad a couple of times, but like, because when I'm annoyed, I just like yell at you, right? But when I'm mad, I just don't say anything because I don't know what to say. So
Yeah.
like, I'm unusually quiet when I'm mad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really got much either. I feel like more recently, I try not to let pet peeves get on like any of my nerves or anything. I remember actually once I feel like typically like in the past where pet peeves would really get to me, like when like I was like walking on the sidewalk when it was like pouring and a bus like just drove by so hard and I got soaked, bro. And typically I get so pissed, but I just laughed it off, honestly. And I was just like, all right, you know. And
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like
that's just more being unfortunate than anything. That's
yeah,
just
I
more
mean,
being
so I
unfortunate.
feel like that's how I kind of treat pet peeves. Like, I mean, it's still like sometimes it's like annoying, but like I don't know. I try not to let it get to me, but yeah, I feel like that's really it.
Have you ever had someone like do that on purpose with the water, the puddles?
Oh, I
like,
do that.
drive on it. And
I've never. Oh, wait. I've done that once, but that's a story for another time.
Yo, somebody did that to me once, and like the road is like, it's a pretty wide road, and I'm standing right next to the thing, and it finished raining. So it didn't register for me, right? Like it was done raining, so I had my umbrella away or whatever, and I'm walking back from bus from New York, and some a-hole just like boom, and he gets like water on me. I was like, okay, you better be in that car. I'll be running after you. I was thinking about it, right? So yeah, that's a pet peeve, I guess.
Okay, well, to wrap things up, I guess I was mistaken. Like, people do get really angry. But yeah, I mean we're all different, you know. But yeah. So thank you for watching 3.5 Asian Man, episode 7 about pet peeves. Thank you guys for watching so much. Appreciate the support and all the love we're getting. Peace out.
See y'all.